One thing that I don't hear a lot of discussion about across the media is Joe Biden's health.
I must tell you, it drives me crazy. I mean, people are frightened. They're frightened. People we know who aren't close friends, who have access to our telephone number, how to get a hold of us, and these roundtables we do with people who are in the front lines, who are they're scared to death, Joe. Joe, basic things like how do I go home? I would get much more engaged in the world. We can't step back. If, in fact, for example, we solve the problem in the United States of America and you don't solve it in other parts of the world, you know what's going to happen? You're going to have travel bans. You're going to not be able to have economic intercourse around the world. There's a lot. Look, when America goes alone, when America is first, it's America alone. And the idea that we leave, we have to make sure all survivors of color, immigrants, survivors of Native American survivors, older survivors, those with disabilities, the LGBTQ community survivors, they all need support. And we have to make sure survivors and services can be connected. I've worked to make that hotline had the state-of-the-art telecommunications. When you call, they can tell where you are. They can get there in a hurry with real police protection if you need it. Now it's time to push again. We have to equip our hotlines and vital service providers with the tools that they need to take care of the person who's calling. There's a lot more to that. Look at the people risking their lives every day. My son-in-law telling me that in the operating room, you have nurses wearing garbage bags over them. It's because they don't have it's just, this is the soul of America. And it makes you proud as hell. And our Secretary of State insisted, and this broke the meeting up basically in terms of her influence, that this be called the Wuhan virus.
And we're lucky, our kids live a mile away from us, and they walk over, and we wave to them and talk to them from the porch.
Two of our grandkids live with the other ones. We get on
Zoom.
Zoom with.
But I know.
This is a false choice. The way you revive the economy is you defeat the disease. And we have to get a number of new cases down where they are significantly down from where they are now. Social distance is going to have to continue. We have to implement this Defense Production Act as a supply commander. I sat with a guy yesterday on a telephone. And he's telling me, he said, I don't know. He said, look, I worked at the hospital. And he said, then I got myself in a position where I got the virus. So they quarantined me and they put me in the hospital, and I made it out. And so I'm out, but they don't want me with my family. I'm on the third floor. I spent 15 minutes on the phone with him he said, I have a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old. And they come to the door outside and they just knock on the door and say, Daddy, can I see you, Daddy? Can I see you, Daddy? So we spent time going through it. I used to do with my kids when they were little and I couldn't see them, and we'd play games. I said, make up a game, knock on the door and say, this is, it's practical things. The guy's scared to death. And he's worried about his children. He's worried about his wife. These are practical things. And the president talks about this.
With China, I guess I want to ask you, do you think that this is going to, in fact, be a major issue? And are you vulnerable on this issue at all because of your son's business dealings in China?
No, I don't believe so at all. My son's business dealings were not anything with everybody that he's talking about, not even remotely, number one. Nothing to do with me, number two.
And I want to welcome all of you to a family town hall on COVID-19 with Vice President Biden, Dr. Joe Biden. Now it is my honor to turn it over to Dr. Joe Biden and Vice President Biden, who will get us started.
Thanks, Michelle. And I love your sweater with the flag on it. That looks great. Yeah. I think that's really what we need to get through these trying times is joy and kindness. And I can see that your children are very kind to one another. That's one of the things Joe and I try to instill in our own children. And so anyway, I really compliment you as parents because I know how tough it is. And so I just wanted to, and if it gets a question, they call Santa and Pop. So it doesn't feel so horrible because that's what we're used to. So anyway, thanks for joining us. And, we're happy to see all of you.
Am I supposed to say something now?
Yeah, you can say something.
Anyway, my time's up. I'm sorry.